Welcome to the Bernadette Jackson Podcast, where we are redefining how the world views women with daddy issues by discussing topics, sharing stories, and gaining insight, all from the perspective of a fatherless daughter. I'm your host, Bernadette, the creator of Her Way. I wanted to come in today to talk about your routine of resistance. I know that I did a whole podcast about this, but something about the last few days has really been making it super clear to me that this is something that is absolutely needed. And I have had to pull out my own routine of resistance a few times within the last few weeks. And just within the last couple of days, my sister circle has been hit with different things where their own routine of resistance has need to be in full effect. And so it just keeps on coming up in every conversation. And even people that I've been hearing speak about just different things online are really in essence talking about what is it that you're going to put in place so that you do not go back to the old version of yourself. What is it that you're doing right now? What are you committed to? What resources do you have in place? Who can you call? Who is in your community that can encourage you when you start to feel like you're slipping back into old habits, when you start to feel like, you're not worthy of what you're being called to do, that you're not worthy of the relationship that you're in, that you're not worthy of this job that you just got hired for, that you don't have the credentials to do the work that you're doing, that you don't have that degree, so you can't put out that program, whatever it is. I've just been hearing a lot of people that have really been struggling with imposter syndrome and just feeling like they don't have what they need to get done, what they need to get done. And I'm telling you right now, that is absolutely the trick of the devil. That is 100% lies, because we are already equipped with everything that we need to do the work that we have been called to do. But more importantly, we've been given the presence of mind and the wisdom to know that if we do not have the skills that we need in order to get something done, we can go out and get that. We know who we can speak to. We can ask a girlfriend. We can use Google, whatever it is, to tap into the resources that we need so that we then can build up the knowledge that we need to have in order to do the thing that we need to do. We know that we have these resources right at our fingertips in so many different spaces. And so whenever we start to feel like, man, I don't have what it takes, I don't have what I need, I don't have any support and things of that nature, please know that these are just limiting beliefs that likely are in your way because you're a little bit fearful that what you're about to do is not only going to change your life, but that it may change the life of the people that hear it. And so because you have that fear, because you don't know if you're ready for what this change is going to look like, your fears start to kick in that way. And I just want to encourage you right now and just let you know that don't believe that. Don't lean into that, because that is what is going to keep you in your comfort zone. And we already know that growth does not happen in your comfort zone. So I want to specifically talk to you about being in community, because being in community with like-minded and like-hearted people is one of the best ways for you to really build up a routine of resistance. Because anytime we need to do something and our fears start to kick in, if we know that there are people that we can call that are going to speak into our lives the truth about who we are and what we can do, we know that these people are going to pray for us and pray with us whenever we are really feeling low and we can't pray for ourselves. When we know that we have a circle of friends that understand the goals that we have set for ourselves and they're holding us accountable to what we said we're going to do, we go so much further. And so right now, I want to encourage you to really look at your community and really ask yourself the question, is this a space where my most authentic self is invited to? Because if you know that you cannot bring your fears to the table, you cannot bring the worry that you feel, you cannot bring the sadness, you cannot bring like the thoughts that you have about not being enough for what you have to do, you know that you have absolutely not brought your most authentic self to the table, that you're just not invited in that space. And I don't want to say that the reason is because these people are not supportive, or these people are not ones that really will be able to go with you as you're going to your next level. I'm not saying anything like that. But if you are not invited to that space with authenticity, then you know that may not be the community for you, or you need to check and see why it is that you don't feel safe enough to be authentic there. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it's only in authenticity that really people can see who we are and what we need, and then how they can support. If we do not allow people to see all of our stuff, and we always think that we have to be perfect when we're showing up places, and we can never ask for help, and we can never look like, we can't carry the load. If this is the thought that we always have, then nobody is ever really going to be able to see who we really are. And when we don't allow people to see that, it almost is like we're telling them that they're not invited to be authentic with us as well. And so now the connection you have is on the surface. It's not deep enough to be impactful. It's not deep enough really to be the kind of feeling where you feel safe, where you feel like you're supported and cared for and truly seen. And this is what we really yearn for. It's the kind of connectedness where we know that somebody has our best interest, where they see us, where they know us. They understand why we do the things that we do. They're in support of us, and they stand with us and for us. That is really what we've been yearning for. And so my prayer for you is that not only do you get into community with like-minded and like-hearted people that are rooting for you, that are praying for you, that are supporting you, but that you know and you believe and you understand that bringing your most authentic self to that community and in that relationship is really the only way that you're going to be able to really feel how amazing it is when people show up for you in the way that you need them to in your seasons where you're not really feeling it, where you don't know if you deserve to be here, where you feel worried, where you don't feel like you're enough. Those are the times when people really get to show up for you. And you can only allow that if you're being your most authentic self. So one of the things that I wanted to let you know, I wanted to leave you with, is that the thing that I know to be true is that you cannot get very far in life without a community of supportive people around you. And I am just going to continue to push how important it is to be in community with people, because it is where your evolution, it is where you're really going to be able to thrive and grow. It is where you're actually going to be able to understand how much you can get done and why it is that, you've been called to a specific work. That is where those things are really going to be seen and be highlighted and just be like drilled into you. So my hope for you is that not only do you find a community like this, but if you haven't found a community like this, I encourage you to join H.E.R Coalition. H.E.R Coalition is my private Facebook group, and that is where like-minded and like-hearted women of faith who are fatherless daughters get together. We are there, we are encouraging, we are loving on each other, and we all have the same purpose. Everyone in that group knows that they deserve amazing relationships, and they just want to be in a safe space where they can learn, grow, and heal. And that is what I've created there. And I want to invite you to that space because it's where we do deep dives on a lot of the topics that these ladies tell me that they want to know more about. We usually do a poll every week, and I ask them what it is that they'd like to know more information about. And then I go in depth with those topics every Friday for Free Your Mind Friday. And so I want to invite you to that space because this coming Monday on the 26th, I am going to be doing a live experience. It's going to be 5 days and it's called Daughter Heal. And it's where I'm going to be letting you guys know exactly what you can do right now to experience the amazing relationships that you deserve. I know that healing is going to need to come in order for there to be lasting change. And I know that you are absolutely going to have to do the work in order to get it. But there are some things that you can do right here today that's going to really change the game for you in the relationships that you've been experiencing. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with you during that 5-day experience. So again, I'm inviting you to join H.E.R Coalition. I would love for you to be in community with me. And you can do that by going to BernadetteJackson.com/community. Again, that is BernadetteJackson.com/community. I want you ladies to know that I truly love you. I absolutely 100% believe that you deserve amazing relationships, and I am going to continue to do everything in my power to make sure that you know that and to make sure that you have the resources that you need to be able to attain that for yourself. I will see you in the next one, and until then, be blessed and have a great day.